Mark the words of mine self, Gwendolyn. Thou shalt not go unpunished.
Welcome to MojoPlays, where today we'll be taking a look at 10 games that don't really explain their lore inside the game itself. Before we get started, we post new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring that bell to be notified about our latest videos. Hatoful Boyfriend. On the surface, Hatoful Boyfriend looks like a silly pigeon dating simulator. But dig deeper, like way deeper, and you'll uncover one of gaming's weirdest hidden narratives. Turns out a pandemic wiped out most of humanity and birds became the dominant species. None of that's obvious during your charming strolls with sentient doves. You'll need to unlock secret routes and files to grasp the bleak truth beneath the fluff. One minute you're trying to kiss a partridge, the next you're unraveling a post-apocalyptic conspiracy. It's bizarre, bleak, and somehow still romantic in the strangest way possible. Braid. Braid starts as a lovely puzzle platformer about fixing mistakes, but the deeper you go, the more things start to feel off. Its story is scattered across cryptic text and layered metaphors. Some see it as a tale of obsession, others connect it to the atomic bomb, and then there's the theory that it's about regret and forgiveness. The game won't spell anything out. You're left piecing together a haunting narrative from fragments. It's not necessarily about finding the princess, but it's about realizing the truth behind why you're chasing her in the first place, and maybe wishing you hadn't. Tunic. At first, Tunic feels like a cheerful Zelda homage with a fox in a tunic, but then you realize most of the text is unreadable. That's not a glitch. The game invents a whole language and makes you decode it yourself using visual clues and old-school manuals. Even learning how to open a menu feels like cracking a code. The story is completely hidden behind symbols and silence. Every discovery feels earned, like you're translating a sacred text with only curiosity as your guide. The adventure might be cute, but understanding it is a full-blown archaeological dig. Silent Hill 4: The Room.
So you came to investigate this stone too?
Silent Hill 4 doesn't ease you in. You're trapped in an apartment, the walls are bleeding, ghosts are furious, and the game barely explains a thing. It strays from previous titles, offering no real guidance on how this nightmare even ties to Silent Hill, until much later. You piece together the plot from haunted objects, newspaper scraps, and disturbing dream sequences. Even the villain's backstory can be missed if you're not paying attention. Every eerie encounter raises more questions than it answers. And if you're confused, uncomfortable, and questioning reality, that's exactly where Silent Hill 4 wants you. Alone, paranoid, and searching for meaning in the noise. Half-Life 2. Minimalist storytelling? Half-Life 2 practically defines it. No intro cutscene, no mission briefing. You just wake up on a train in a dystopian world and roll with it. The Combine, Dr. Breen, the Resistance, it's all context you absorb through exploration and survival. Posters on walls and empty playgrounds do more storytelling than any dialogue ever could. Even after all these years, fans are still piecing things together because Valve keeps things vague by design. If confusion were a degree, this game would be a masterclass in world building without saying a word. Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight tosses you into Hollow Nest without a map, mission, or monologue. No one tells you what's going on. You're just sort of left to wander a kingdom of whispers and ruins. Dialogue is sparse, lore is tucked into item blurbs and background art. But if you go digging, you'll find a heartbreaking story of kings, gods, and sacrifice beneath the bug battles. Just when you think you figured it out, a hidden ending turns the whole tale upside down. It's gorgeous, cryptic, and quietly tragic. A world that trusts you to find the story yourself. Dark Souls. You wake up in a decaying asylum, and from there, Dark Souls tells you basically nothing. Important lore is whispered by dying NPCs or tucked into the flavor text of items you barely understand. The game assumes you'll connect the dots or get lost trying. Gwyn, the Age of Fire, the curses, it's all there, but buried under layers of trial, error, and fan theories. You don't play Dark Souls for answers. You play for the thrill of unraveling mysteries that may never be fully explained, and somehow, that's what makes it unforgettable. Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds begins with a mystery. The sun is exploding every 22 minutes. No one tells you why, there's no journal, no waypoints, just a ship, a suit, and the freedom to explore. Each planet you visit slowly unearths the story of an ancient civilization that tried to save the universe and failed. You uncover lost messages, broken machinery, and the final thoughts of long-extinct travelers. It's quiet, haunting, and completely dependent on your curiosity. There are no enemies to fight, just the terrifying beauty of space and time looping in on itself. The more you learn, the more beautiful and heartbreaking the truth becomes. Truly a cosmic mystery that you can feel in your bones. NieR Automata. NieR Automata drops you in the middle of a war and refuses to explain much of anything. Want the full story? You'll need to replay it again and again. Every route adds new layers, revealing painful truths through hidden scenes and side quests. Even the most random interactions might be loaded with existential dread.
This is the fate that befell our creators.
It tackles heavy themes like identity, memory, and what it means to have a soul. By the end, you're questioning everything this game makes you feel. Few stories hit this hard while saying so little. Elden Ring.
Felled by King Morgoth, last of all kings.
Welcome to Elden Ring. You're a tarnished warrior in a shattered world ruled by gods, demigods, and cryptic lore. What's your goal? Depends on who you ask. The game's story is buried in item descriptions, scattered dialogue, and eerie ruins. George R.R. Martin may have built the world, but it's From Software's signature ambiguity that defines it. To understand the lands between, you'll need more than just a sword. You'll need curiosity, patience, and a lot of note-taking. Even major plot points like the true identity of Radagon or the intentions of the Greater Will are never handed to you. It's massive, beautiful, punishing, and endlessly rewarding for those willing to dive deep.
Be assured, the Elden Ring resteth close at hand.
Were there any lore-heavy games that you feel should have made this list? Be sure to let us know in the comments.
I do apologize for what must seem to you an arbitrary imposition, Dr. Freeman.